What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires, or as we sometimes joke at the channel, Spider-Man Always, which we are dangerously close to qualifying already this week. We have a ton of updates about Spider-Man No Way Home, more leaked set photos that continue to hit the web with blue backgrounds, even though Sony is randomly copyright striking some of them. We're going to touch on that for just a second. Matt Murdock himself, Charlie Cox, weighing in on those frames in the trailer that industry insiders have pointed to is him. He had something to say about that, as well as the return of the mysterious man, the same Twitter account that leaked a ton of correct details about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. We're going to break down what he said about the film, the possibility that Sony's not actually scripting, but also filming a ton of fake scenes and leaking some rumors in order to throw everybody off. We're going to talk about that as well. This reminds me of Avengers Endgame for a lot of reasons, including one interview I did with British GQ on just this subject. We're breaking down everything in the brand new leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home. I can't believe that there's more than one in the last 24 hours. Spider-Man Always, but first, if you could, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. We do Marvel content, I mean Spider-Man content, I mean Marvel content here every single day at the channel. Everything pertaining to the MCU, from Easter eggs and official trailer breakdowns, all the way to the anonymous 4chan plot leak, because we love that stuff. If that's for you, you might want to consider hitting the subscribe button. If you do, and leave a comment down below, that'll enter you to win all of the giveaways here at the channel, which there are many, including multiple PlayStation 5s, weekly Disney Plus subscriptions, and tickets to go see Shang-Chi every day this week. We'll announce a new winner for that at the end of the video. So firstly, new set photos, the blue background, the scaffolding, Tobey and Andrew on set, and as I've said, it's random copyright striking by Sony, because some of them have been up for over a month now and are still up in places like Instagram, places like Google, no copyright strike. However, others on Twitter and YouTube and a couple of places online have been copyright struck by Sony for those same photos. So I don't know who's in charge of their algorithm or if they're doing it by hand, but sloppy to say the least, as the photos are still out there. Regardless, we're not posting them there, but they continue to come out every day. Actually, with so much frequency now, I kind of wonder why Sony's even bothering. Now, before we get to the new leaked description of scenes and claims about Sony filming multiple different death scenes during Spider-Man No Way Home in order to throw us off with only one being in the film, quickly, Charlie Cox weighed in recently in an interview with comicbook.com for a different series. He was asked point blank about making an appearance in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. He had to say this: "I can promise you those are not my forearms." We've heard several industry insiders say, "Yep, that's him." You know, if the next report I'm about to break down about Sony filming multiple fake deaths is true, who knows what hoops they would jump through to try to throw people off. And that's at the crux of all of this. This new report coming again from the Twitter account, The Mysterious Man. This is the same account that pinged a ton of correct details about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer long before it was released. I had to say this about the upcoming Sony film and what they're doing to market Spider-Man No Way Home and making sure that no leaks get out there by intentionally leaking false information. Of course, the loose spoiler warning, you know, these crazy anonymous leaks and rumors are sometimes the ones that end up becoming true. I say this all the time at the channel, so I'll take it with a grain of salt. Also remember, there's a chance this is right, so if that's going to ruin it for you, yeah, you might want to back out now. 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Coming from the Mysterious Man, this is what he had to say. Sony Marvel themselves are spreading false rumors on the internet to mislead fans that Sony recorded 3 different deaths for the movie Aunt May, one of Ned and one of Happy, and guarantees that the one who actually dies in the film is Ned. Miles Morales of Andrew's universe will be used in the film, and then in a new spin-off movie, Tom Holland and his version continue in the MCU universe. Tobey Maguire's Peter at one point in the film reveals that he fought with many villains in the universe and confirms that one of them is Mysterio in his reality. For the first time, Tom's Peter will reveal a bit about Uncle Ben's version from his universe in the MCU. Greengoblin and other villains arrive in the MCU through a temporary crack, which opened after the collision of the multiverse. This movie is Marvel's most risky and pure fan service. Okay, that's just opinion. Can we leave that out of the leaks? Andrew's Peter is with Mary Jane, but she doesn't show up. Same case with Tobey. The movie ends with all 3 versions of the Spider-Man in the MCU. And there are more plans for adventures together, and depending on the financial success, there's a chance that Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3 can get made. Well, since I've been reporting on Spider-Man for 3 years straight here, I've heard a lot of this before. We've broken most of this before. In fact, good job, Mysterious Man, but a lot of this has already been reported on at the channel. We've talked about the possibility of an Amazing Spider-Man 3 and a Spider-Man 4 perhaps even contingent on them coming back to this film. That might have been the pitch, because you guys have to remember how contentious things were between Spider-Man and Sony. Literally, Andrew Garfield was announced 10 days after they pulled the plug on Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire. Literally 10 days after they pulled the plug on that film that was headlong into filming, with well into pre-production, and then 10 days later announced Andrew Garfield. So there wasn't a lot of what I would say, harmonious feelings going on over there in the first place. And there were also rumors that Tobey Maguire had a pretty high list of things he needed to come back, and we argued Spider-Man 4 could easily be back in play, considering Sam Raimi's at the forefront now doing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness for Marvel, which looks to be the linchpin in canonizing everything, all of the previous universes. If you have any questions about that, just look at my channel for the last couple of weeks. We're hearing about Fox X-Men Professor X coming back. So the fact that that would take place anyway is something we've been reporting on for a while now. The 3 deaths scene, there have been concept art for multiple deaths already in the film and plot leaks that have indicated stuff. And I've talked about it in the prologue and then other times here at the channel about British GQ interviewing me during the time of Avengers Endgame. There was this holding conspiracy theory that the entire trailer was fake, that it was all a mislead. I even heard that same rumor here about Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's why I said this is kind of at the crux, people wondering how much misleading things are in there. What I would say about trailers are, there's probably a good chance some things were omitted. We've seen that real recently with Marvel trailers, and we've seen it consistently. They'll just CGI something out in order to not give away something about the film. And there were multiple scripts for Avengers Endgame. And yes, I would agree, Spider-Man No Way Home has reached the levels of hype of Avengers Endgame and might rival the box office, ? Post-pandemic, it's hard to imagine that being true. Although if you've seen the news about Shang-Chi here, looking for an amazing record-setting weekend, maybe there's hope for that. Either way, I do not think that they are filming multiple death scenes, because that only works if the scenes actually get leaked, and it is a lot of time and a lot of money to just do a circus of 3 death scenes with only putting 1 in the film. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't see them doing that. I think that's just a little far-fetched. And honestly, like I said, this source here, the Mysterious Man, we had several Twitter leakers back in the times of Avengers Endgame. And there was one named Roger Wardell who got a ton of stuff right. I am talking about nailing ridiculous details about Avengers Endgame 6 months early. But the parallels of this and Avengers Endgame feel, it's just so similar. And for some of you who are new to the fandom, enjoy it, because the hype is real. But for me, it's almost nostalgic. In the meantime, guys, Shang-Chi is set to come out in the next 24 hours, and it's so awesome. I did my reaction video, and I could have done a review, but I had to do a non-spoiler review. And I would just rather talk to you guys about the film after I'm allowed to talk about everything in here, because it's amazing. So, listen, if you're on the fence about going to the theater, as long as you feel safe, I'm not trying to tell anyone to go who doesn't feel safe. I feel you. But if you are, I highly recommend this film. Amazing, very worth it, and definitely going to be worth it to see it with a bunch of Marvel fans in that atmosphere. Can't say enough about it. Quickly, let me just run over the giveaway stuff, and let's give away some tickets for Shang-Chi. So the next winner for tickets for Shang-Chi is this person here, Silent Apple. Congratulations, I've gone ahead and subscribed to your account. To claim the tickets, all you have to do, DM me on Instagram or email me on my business email. It's under the About section of the channel. I'll go ahead and verify your account and get the tickets right out to you. Guys, it's that simple. If you want to be entered to win any of the giveaways, all you got to do, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you to win, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has been notification bell, with all notifications turned on, especially here real recently. I don't know what YouTube is doing with their notifications. Who knows some days. Also, if you like the video, maybe hit like. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Episode 4 actually just started playing in the room. That's why I've sort of kind of gone quiet. I hadn't rewatched it since last night's watch party. Guys, if you haven't seen episode 4 of What If yet, stop what you are doing and go watch that. Marvel, you are crazy. I got to interview AC Bradley and Brian Andrews, the director and writer. That's up at the channel. But man, I really wish I could interview them now and ask them what they were thinking when they wrote that. Stuff is wild. All right, guys. It's Everything Marvel all the time at the channel. If you want to find my music, if you want to find me, Instagram, Twitter, I am Fires, or on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, iTunes, wherever. All Fires music. Thanks for checking out the channel. Stick around. I'll be posting again real soon. Probably tonight. Probably tomorrow morning. Probably both. Probably for the rest of my life. But I love it. You guys love that stuff too. Peace.